Britain is pushing ahead with a contentious asylum law designed to crack down on illegal migration across the English Channel. The proposed bill would deny migrants who reach Britain on small boats the right to claim asylum. London has also agreed to pay France more than €500 million to boost measures to stop migrants, including deploying extra border guards to France. DW's Lisa Lewis looks now at how the plans are going down with the French police in the port city of Calais, some 40 kilometers off the coast of Britain.
These officers have a clear mandate to prevent migrants from crossing the English Channel. Police patrol in groups of 6 to 10. They're concealing their faces for security reasons.
In daylight, I use normal binoculars, and infrared ones at night.
Illegal migration across the Channel to Britain soared last year, with a record 45,000 new arrivals, up from 17,000 the previous year. To curb that number, Britain will supply France with more money and extra British border police. London plans to deport migrants who do manage to reach British shores back to France. For their part, French police try to track down smugglers who supply the boats used by migrants.
They hide their supplies and retrieve them at night. We patrol a large area packed with hiding places.
The officers doubt that the new, stricter asylum laws on the other side of the Channel will deter migrants.
If you've travelled thousands of kilometres and can virtually see Britain, you're not going to give up. 30 kilometres till the finish line.
Hundreds of migrants are sheltering in this camp. 20-year-old Mohammed is one of them. He says he and his brother fled government persecution in Sudan 3 years ago. Mohammed's dream is to study medicine in Britain and become a doctor. Coastal patrols, he says, won't stop him from trying to reach his destination.
We do not have a choice. We're going to try to get there, and we see what they're going to do for us. If I have a dream, I'm going to try to do.
Mohammed's determination is not uncommon, says Francesca Morasud. She works for an NGO and believes Britain's new measures will only increase migrants' suffering in Calais.
Last year, news that illegal migrants in Britain would be sent to Rwanda sparked panic. At least 2 people took their own lives as a result.
The patrol has returned from duty to the police station. Tonight, they didn't catch any migrants preparing to make the crossing. They show us a boat they confiscated a few weeks earlier.
This was in a smuggler's vehicle. This is the stern.
It's huge. How many migrants fit on a boat like this?
At least 50.
What is your response to British criticism of French police?
They're welcome to do better.
They don't know what's going on here. They couldn't do any better.
Even with a lot more personnel, it would still be hard.
That's because France's Channel coastline is 120 kilometres long. Here in Calais alone, the Coast Guard has to keep its eyes on a 30-kilometre stretch.
And for more on all of this, let's bring in Gerald Knaus. He joins us from Austria. He is a migration analyst and the director of the European Stability Initiative think tank. Welcome to the program, and thank you for joining us. We just heard that a record number of migrants tried to cross the English Channel to get to Britain last year. Why do you think so many want to get to the UK specifically?
Well, good morning. It's important to put the number in context. Last year, France still had a lot more asylum applications than the United Kingdom. Germany had many more. So in a way, this is just a normal phenomenon. People realize that if they try to cross the Channel, if they get to the United Kingdom, if they have family there, or if the smugglers tell them it is easier to live there, and once they reach the United Kingdom, they can stay there because not a single person has been returned from the United Kingdom to France in the last years. Well, that is for many a reason to try. It's actually been a larger number leaving France last year to the UK than arrived from all of Africa to Spain.
So then, what's your take, your personal take, on the UK's new illegal migration bill? Because the government, for its part, says that it's intended to deter people from illegally entering the UK, but we've heard a representative from the UNHCR warning it could lead to the collapse of the system of international protection for refugees.
Well, I think two things are important. First, nobody needs to leave France. France is a safe country. So this is not a refugee issue. It is an issue of irregular migration. On this, the United Kingdom government is right. But secondly, why should all refugees stay in France, and the United Kingdom should not offer, as a signatory of the Refugee Convention, any solidarity? The obvious solution to this is that France or the European Union offer to take back everyone who leaves after the 1st of May in a boat and reaches the UK, to take them back. They are safe. But then the United Kingdom to offer a legal path for, well, let's say 40,000 people a year. That would still be less than France has asylum applications. And they can then apply to legally cross. The idea that police or more money will stop this flies in the face of evidence on other borders. The French border with Italy, where lots of French control since 2015 has not led to less people crossing, because people can, of course, try as many times as they want.
We must not forget there are people at the heart of this story, like those who are stuck in Calais. What does being in limbo like this, like the situation that you've highlighted there, and the feeling of being unwanted do to their person, to the ability to integrate and move on with one's life?
Well, I mean, a lot of these people come from, and some of them would, of course, receive protection both in France and in the United Kingdom. So some of them have been traumatized, and then the attempt to try to cross and to risk your life. Don't forget, people died on this crossing in November 2021. It was 30 people who drowned. This is very dangerous. It's also very bad for the French coastal communities, because they have seen desperate people in large numbers hiding in the woods or in wild camps for many, many years. I mean, this is really a shocking failure. Two democracies, France and the United Kingdom, could just get together and solve this issue. Destroy the smugglers' model. You don't need Rwanda. You only need an understanding between the United Kingdom and France that creates both legal ways and makes sure that people who have, for example, relatives or family. One of the women who died in 2021 was from Iraq. She had a visa for Italy. She tried to get to her fiancé in the United Kingdom, but there was no legal way. If there would be a place for individuals like that to apply and then to cross legally, both France, the European Union, and the United Kingdom, and above all, desperate people like this, would benefit. So the sooner we get away from this illusion that more police at this border will stop this, and repression will work at that border, and the sooner we embrace a policy that could work, and all migration studies in recent years at borders in Europe show us what should be done, and it's simply not being done.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your view on what is happening there, sharing that call to action. Gerald Knaus, migration analyst and the director of the European Stability Initiative think tank. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.